It's that same goofy guy with the purple shirt and the green hat.
Yes, it is. Okay, it looks like we're live now. It's not messing up. I don't know what the problem was. Semantics. What's good, everybody? We're back. We're back. We had a couple of glitches there just a few seconds ago. You probably saw us come on or saw me come on and jump right back off. But here we are. It is Friday, 6 p.m. We're here at the Fryar place where the conversations are fire. You all come on in the room. I have a great guest for us today. We're not going to hold him long. But as common as it is for us, what we have to do here at the beginning of the show, we got to pay the bills. So we'll be right back right after this.
Are you planning a special trip? Or a night out? Don't bother with the hassle of driving, parking, and traffic. Just call Ed Smooth Transport. One-way or round trips available. We will take you there. And we will also pick you up. Enjoy a night on the town with Ed Smooth Transport. Call us 609-471-2653 or 609-314-6619. Visit our website to take advantage of our monthly specials at www.smooftransport.com. Ed Smooth Transport, where experience meets comfort.
In Lancaster County, Pennsylvania, there's a slightly slower pace of living. That's also where you'll find the home of Stoltz Fish Structures, where quality, integrity, and world-class customer service are more than just a way to do business. It's a way of life. From our humble beginning over 40 years ago in a small building, to the modern 65,000 square foot facility of today, we've remained at the forefront of our industry. Everything from gazebos and sheds to garages and pergolas, and everything in between.
All right, we're back. Listen, real quick introduction. There's really nothing quick you can say about this young man, but I'm going to give you all of these kind of statistics about him. You will know who he is when I say his name, but let me say this about him. He's been on Philadelphia radio for more than 30 years. He's a comedian impressionist who does spot-on impressions of Donald Trump, Mitch McConnell, Barack Obama, Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley, and on and on and on and on. One of the most sought-after corporate banquet speakers in our area. His stand-up routine is legendary. Yes, I'm beefing him up. 12-time AIR, that's AIR, award winner for excellence in broadcasting. Yeah, and he's sponsored or he comes recommended or he's been taught, no, not taught. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm losing my mind. Anyway.
Incorrigible.
Huh? What's the word?
Incorrigible was used often growing up.
Not incorrigible. It's not encouraged. He is I want to say recommended, but recommended is not the word
Recognized.
that I read. Recognized. There you go. I got to stop drinking. Recognized by Mid-Atlantic Emmy Awards. And watch this. His credits include this. NFL Films presents NBC Sports, Entertainment Tonight, NBA on TNT, ESPN, Baseball Tonight, Good Day Philadelphia, The Q Show, whatever that is, Comcast Sportsnet, Finders Keepers, America's Funniest People, and that's what he is. Y'all put your hands together for my boy, my friend, Joe Conklin is in the house. Come on in, man. There you go. We got applause for you.
I'm on the Urban Fryer
Come on, man.
show.
Get out of here, man. Listen, when I met you back in 19. This is a question I've been wanting to ask you for so long because I hear you on the radio. I see advertisements about you all the time. I hear your voice all the time. You're doing great skits and impressions, and it's crazy what you're doing right now. It's just very, very impressive. But when I met you back in 1996, you wasn't this giant that you are right now, man. I don't know if you were just starting off right then, but things have blown up for you, man. You really become a big wig, particularly in this area.
Just got older, man. That's
Is
all.
that?
You just gotta
Yeah, I know.
just hang in there, hold on to your job, and you get older. No, you're right. I remember. I thought it was '97. When did they kick off that show on Comcast with you and Angelo?
Well,
They were just
that was 97. I got to Philly in 96, but I met you in
okay.
96. I met you in 96. Yeah,
Okay. Well, I thought we met down when they started Comcast,
right.
when they were still We were, and we had a little technical difficulties at the top of your program here. It reminded me of when we first met. They were still building that
Right,
place,
right.
right?
Yeah,
And we had to go
yeah.
in like this half built building, and
Right.
that was great. And
Yeah, yeah. So
Urban, I always, you got a little kinship sometimes when we're the same age, so I feel a kinship with you. You were
yeah.
born in '62, right?
Yes, yes. I
Yeah,
listen. I
yeah,
feel the same. That's why I asked that question because I,
yeah.
I kind of, we kind of grew up, matured
Yeah,
together,
yeah, yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I look you up, and you're over at Rancocas High School,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
RV, right?
Right. RV. Yes, sir.
RV,
Yes, sir.
and known, and I moved to Jersey. I'm from the Alany section of Philly. I went to Doherty, but then when I got married, I moved over to Jersey and served some years in New Jersey, and then
Uh huh.
I was hearing about the legend of RV.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
on the Rancocas Creek and up there, Willingboro, and
Yeah. Yeah. You know that all started. Well, actually, Franco Harris is who put Rancocas Valley
yeah,
Regional High School on the
yeah,
map. You know, he
yeah.
started it. He had a few brothers that came out of RV, and we had a couple of people that came out of RV, and they all went to Penn State. It was kind of like a farm team. It was kind of like those who came. My head coach at the time in high school was Bill Gordon, and he had a connection with Petrillo. And
The grapevine.
yes, and I broke it. I'm like, I'm not going to Penn State. Forget you. I'm going to Nebraska.
Yeah, yeah,
I purposefully did not go to Penn State because they just assumed I was going to Penn State. And I
yeah,
felt as
yeah,
though when the
yeah.
recruiter came to recruit me from Penn State, he had a little arrogance, like they knew they already had me. I'm like, nah, fooling you, brother. I'm not going to Penn State.
How
You're
about
not?
that? You wanted to go where Johnny Rogers ran wild.
Well, I had no
Huh?
idea about Johnny Rogers, who he was at the time. I found out when I got to Nebraska, though. But
Excuse
man,
me. That's all they have.
does your wife find you funny all the time? Because man, when I'm around you, I'm just giddy. But does your
Well, not
wife?
so
Does she
much
get
because
sick of it?
well, we not so much because we got divorced 25 years ago, and
Okay, I guess she didn't find you funny. I guess she didn't find you funny.
she found me funny for the first 10 years of the divorce when the checks were coming in,
Okay, yeah,
but
yeah.
not since.
Well, you know what? I
Nah,
got divorced in the wrong state because you're in
yeah,
Pennsylvania,
me
right?
too.
And you only have to,
No,
Pennsylvania runs out.
I was in Jersey
Oh,
when I got divorced. That's the wrong state to
oh,
get divorced in. Yeah,
yeah, man. Because it's
yeah.
for life after that, unless they find somebody else. In
But
Pennsylvania, what is it? It's a certain amount of years.
I get along with my ex-wife. We're co-grandparents together. It's all good. It's family. You know what I mean? You don't run away from that.
Okay, well, I
Anyway.
don't have the same story, but
we
my my story my story my story's not the same, bro.
got different culture, man. It's a
Look,
different
I don't
culture.
I don't get along. I ain't trying to get along. I don't want no communication, none of that.
That's the next hour. That's the
Is that the next
next
hour?
week's
Yeah.
show.
No, we just gonna have you
Next
on for a
week's
few.
show.
Yeah, but I want because you're limited right now, so we're gonna touch base right now. We're just going to just scratch the surface right now because I want to have you back on, man. I really do want to have you back on and spend some good time with you. Let you do some of your impressions and whatnot. But how long? Because you're good. I don't know if anybody who's watching right now. I see a bunch of you on. Please throw your names up in the chat so I know who's watching right now. Billy Bell, Billy Bell said, "Funny dude." He is a funny dude. This is a funny dude that we have on right now at the Fryar place. I know I hear you all the time, and things you just gotten better and better and better and better. I'm a preacher. Okay, I like to memorize my sermons, and it takes me hours, man, just to present a half an hour sermon, 20-minute sermon. It takes me hours of meditating, hours of memorizing, going over and over and over and over it again. And that's what it takes for me. I don't know if other people do it with more ease, but that's what I have to do. How much do you have to practice, particularly when you're trying to incorporate into what you're doing a new voice or a new impression?
Well, you practice a new voice on. I see. I talk to myself out loud all the time around the house, even when in various situations. People don't know that I'm doing it. Um, I like to. I'm very vocal. I just get it
Uh-huh.
out. I throw a curveball here and again, and I'll try a voice out. I talk back to the television a lot. But some of them I get and some of them I don't. The
Uh-uh.
ones you don't hear are the ones that I never got. You're only
so,
hearing the
so
ones that I
so
got.
you can't do an impression of just anybody. You can't take just anybody's voice and do an
Nah,
impression.
no, no. So I just get lucky sometimes. You know what I mean? Like somebody like Allen Iversons comes out and says, y'all know I played basketball in Philadelphia. Then I got traded. I got traded to Colorado. Y'all know what's in Colorado? Ain't nothing but mountains and desert. Y'all know what's in the desert? Cactus, man. We talking about what are we talking about? Not a flower, not a flower, not the flower. We talking about cactus, man. By the way, why y'all dogging Ben Simmons? I love Ben Simmons. We be the perfect. I would love to play with Ben Simmons. We be the perfect complement because he don't shoot the ball and I don't pass the ball.
See, I can't stand you, man, because you been killing me, man. You been
Of
killing
course, you
me.
got Joel Embiid just got hurt again, opening up a wrapper of a
He
candy cane under the a Sixers Christmas party.
he just got hurt
Oh,
again.
that's a joke, Irv. Come on.
Oh, okay. I thought I was going to get mad. I'm like, he got hurt again.
I just want to give all your listeners my schedule. Um, I got menopause symptoms coming on, hot flashes, yellow fever. That'll take me through the holidays, and then after the new year, I got Bell's palsy again. I got diphtheria and a little bit of leprosy, but I'll be back in time for the playoffs. Oh.
Are y'all getting this? Are y'all getting this today? This cat here, man. You are unbelievable. You did it. I was able to download it. I can show it if you want. You did a Christmas carol or song of Donald Trump with Donald Trump singing.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
We're doing tremendous work. I've
Lord
been
have mercy. You
watching
sound
you
just like him.
for a very long time. Now, people don't know Irving Fryar. We've been friends for a very long time, and he's one of the best, probably ever. And now this guy is so good. He's got the best people working for him. The engineers at the beginning of this show were top notch. I mean, without a glitch. It's true.
You are something else. Man, so when you're putting your shows together, and I know you do stand up, you do, like you said, corporate appearances for companies and whatnot. When you put your shows together, because you do stuff like, for instance, Nola. Remember that song you did with Nola when Nola
Oh
was
yeah,
pitching?
yeah.
No, 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 Nola. You did that like the next day. Do you do
Yeah, but
you
I had
come
it. I had it
do
in
you
the
come up with
grapevine.
all?
Now,
Okay, I was going to say, do you come up with
you
that
write it.
yourself, or do you have a team of people to help you come up with that stuff?
I usually I'll take a suggestion, a joke, a line from anybody. I do have a writer that I use. I have coworkers
Mm-hmm.
that help me, and a lot of times it's a collaborative effort. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. But sometimes it does. You got to plan. You're always thinking about the next bit. You got a little pipeline ready,
Right.
so you always taking mental notes. Let me write this down. So, and when that comes up again. So when Nola when we sprung that in the playoffs a couple years ago,
Right.
I had already planned. Oh yeah, this will be a perfect song, but it wasn't ready. There was no reason to do the song because he
Right.
wasn't really hot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's how that works. Sometimes you get lucky.
So do you have something new coming out? Like when the Eagles get to the playoffs that you can like you give us a little taste? No?
Ah, well, they do. There's this band called Creed. In fact,
Yeah.
the afternoon guys do
Yep.
5:30 Creed
Yep.
every night,
Yep.
and he had this song called "With Arms Wide Open." He talks about his child.
Hmm.
So I was thinking of AJ Brown. AJ's wide open. Anyway, uh, but yeah, I can't wait. We'll get something cooked. But what do you think of what do you think of Jalen's going on with that? It's
You know,
frustrating to watch this guy
I'm
not be
glad you're
able to
asking
throw
me.
the ball.
Yes, I'm glad you're asking me this.
I
Because
mean,
you're an Eagles fan. You've been following the Eagles forever. You're here. You're from Philly, so you've been
sure,
an Eagles
sure, sure.
fan as long as I've been an Eagles fan. Um, I first of all, with what's going on right now, we've been talking about AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, mainly AJ Brown, all week long, which is just, in my opinion, is just ridiculous.
Hmm.
We should
Hmm.
be the narrative this week. The dialogue this week should have been us celebrating Saquon Barkley's record as he broke the single season rushing record for the Eagles franchise. And we should be celebrating the fact that the Eagles, in their last win against the Panthers, they grabbed their playoff berth, their playoff spot. We should be celebrating that. But all week long, there's been this narrative, there's been this conversation about AJ Brown and him not getting enough balls and Jalen Hurts not throwing him the ball, and their relationship is fractured and they need to get it together. And now they got to spend time in meetings, getting guys together and talk. And that's really a big distraction. And it's really, really unnecessary. And it's really, really sad right now. I have my own opinion about AJ Brown. That's not a positive opinion about him based on what I've seen him over the last couple of years do in certain situations. And it has to do with simply the fact that he's not the man anymore. This is the root of it for me. He's not the man anymore. Saquon Barkley's the man. And he was the one breaking records last year and the year before. Now Saquon Barkley's breaking records. They were hollering A.J. Brown's name the loudest the last couple of years. Now they're hollering Saquon Barkley's name, and A.J.'s having a hard time with that. He's having a hard time with that. And yes, he wants the ball. Now Jalen has missed him several times when he's been wide open, and it looks like Jalen's looking at him. I don't know why Jalen doesn't throw that ball. I have my opinion about that as well. I think Jalen.
Let me know. Let me know your opinion about that. Do you think he can get him the football? Do you think Jalen Hurts has the ability to get him the ball? Like, can he bring the team back in the 2 minute drill? You're down to you need a score to win or tie the game. You trust Hurts to throw the ball?
I trust him to throw the ball, but I think he lacks confidence when he has to throw the ball on a rope. When he's got to throw the ball with zip on it into a
Yeah,
tight spot with
yeah,
anticipation,
yeah.
he can't do that. You
He
look at his
can't do
throws;
it.
he'll throw the ball
I don't think.
downfield.
I don't think he has the skill set to do it. To be honest with you, I don't think
I
he
don't
could.
think he does either. Plus, he doesn't have the
Yeah,
confidence to do it. I think a lot of those times when he threw interceptions, those interceptions came because he didn't put velocity on the ball.
yeah,
He'll throw
yeah.
it outside. He'll throw it down the field. He does great throwing the ball downfield with arc, throwing the ball outside.
Yeah,
Sometimes the ball's outside,
he's got a great
right?
long ball and he can drop it in there.
But
But
when he's got to put it on a rope, he lacks that, and he
dude, I
lacks
got to
confidence.
run because I got a gig tonight out in Swarthmore at the Players Club. But
W-
well, let's do it again sometime. All
We're gonna
right.
do it again, man. I kept you on too long. I'm sorry. Go ahead and do your
That's
thing,
all right.
man. But I'm gonna have you back on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have you live at the Cigar Code. You all right coming to a
Okay.
cigar bar?
Yeah,
I'm,
I don't smoke cigars though. They make me cough because I'm
it'll
too
mess with
used
your
to
voice.
inhaling.
Yeah.
You're supposed to. You're not supposed to. I like that. I tried it, but I never inhaled.
Never
You
inhale.
liar!
Get out of here, man. I'm going to
All
holler
right.
at you, all right? And we'll have you back, brother. Thank you. I
Sounds
appreciate
good.
you, man. All right.
Take care.
Good
All
luck.
right.
Be
Bye
careful
bye.
tonight. All right. Yo, that's my dude right there. I wish he could have stayed on longer, but Joe Conklin. Listen, when I first came to Philadelphia from Miami up here, Joe and I kind of, he wasn't starting out at that time, but obviously he wasn't the big mogul that he is right now. He was becoming popular. He wasn't as popular as he is now, particularly in this area. And obviously, modern technology wasn't what it is now. It wasn't what it is now back then. So right now, he can put stuff together with a computer and with music and do it real quick. Back then, it was a whole different story. So it's just been, man, amazing to watch him grow. And I don't say that like he's a little kid or anything like that. Just to watch his career go from where it was when I first met him to where it is now, where he's this popular guy. And then for me, this is what's most impressive about it when it comes to Joe Conklin. I really do appreciate him. I really do as a human being. I appreciate him as a man. I appreciate him as a professional because, when I saw him, I finally did get back in touch with him. We were at an event together and we exchanged numbers. I was glad to see him. He was glad to see me. And, he didn't big time me. He didn't treat me like somebody that was beneath him, which there are players that do that, y'all. There are people who do that I played ball with who are still in the NFL, who are not even in the NFL anymore, and who obviously may have not played as many years as I have or accomplished what I accomplished in the game. But there are people, and I get really disturbed by it, who, when I've tried to converse with or maybe invite them to be a guest on the Fryar Place, they big time me and don't return calls. I can't do it. I got to watch my kids, that kind of stuff. I mean, literally, I had a former player said to me, "Oh, I didn't call you because I had to watch my kids. I had to do something with my kids." What? That's why you didn't call me? I got to take care of my kids, man. So what's that got to do with me? Anyway, Joe Conklin is that guy. He's down to earth. He is renowned here and well-known, well sought after here in the tri-state area and even the East Coast, y'all. He's a great comedian. As you heard, he's a great impressionist. He sounds like the cats that he decides to mimic. He really does. He really, really does. And then he's got that comedian personality to add to it that just makes his whole presentation dynamic. It's just dynamic. He's funny. He's genuine, which I really do love about him. And he said he would be on the show, and I promised him he would be able to get off early because he had somewhere to go, something to do. I mean, he's so busy. He was telling me earlier, he's so busy, particularly this time of the year when the weather changes, that he kind of gets sick and worn down because he's all over the place. So he needs to really take care of himself. We'll pray for him and get him back on the show. But it's good to see you all tonight. Let me, where's my cursor at? See you all tonight. Okay, come on. My cursor's not. Okay, here we go. That's not what I want. Okay, my cursor's acting up. I'm trying not to do this. All right, I see you all. Okay, there it goes. There it is. There's my cursor. Thank you. I see you, Richard Melton. Yep, Eagles can't win postseason without A.J. Brown. Barkley will get slowed down. You're probably right about that. Richard, you're probably right about that. Particularly this week. I think we're going to see some of that this week when they play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, we're jumping into football, but we're going to see some of that this week. Pittsburgh, man, they have a great defense. They always have had a great defense. As far back as I can remember, when Franco Harris was playing, the Steel Curtain, they always had a great defense. And they're going to come into the link, and they're going to focus on stopping A.J. Brown. I mean, not A.J. Brown, but Saquon Barkley. And Jalen's going to have to throw the ball. And listen, the first play of the game is probably going to be a pass to A.J. Brown. That's what happened last year when he had a fit on the sidelines because Devontae Smith was catching more balls than he was in that particular game. I forget which game it was. I think it may have been the Miami game, but I was actually at that game. It was the team trying to appease A.J. Brown rather than focusing on the big picture. Eddie Casper, I see you, brother. Come down to our tailgate on Sunday. No, I'm coming down to the Dallas tailgate. I won't be at your tailgate this week. Actually, I have to go to the airport and pick my wife up from the airport. I'm going to pick somebody up. I got to go pick my wife up from the airport, so I won't be able to go down to the tailgate this week. But I'll be at the Dallas tailgate, Eddie. I promise you. All right. Ego tripping. Yep, Keenan, he's ego tripping. I have a problem with the team trying to appease him right now, particularly, y'all, when everything is going so well. Why would you throw stank on the fact that, all week long, even nationally, the ESPNs and the national shows that you see on your cable channels, all the radio shows and all have been talking all week about this, about A.J. Brown. The Eagles should be celebrating their playoff berth because that's what happened when they defeated the Panthers. They earned their playoff berth, their playoff spot. They also should be, this is a time when the Eagles should be celebrating Saquon Barkley's record-breaking season. I mean, he did it. What are they? They're 10-2. What are they got? 9-game winning streak. So they're 11-2. I'm sorry. They're 11-2. So in 13 games, Saquon broke the record that was set in 16 games. He had 266 carries he did it in, as opposed to Shady doing it in 316 carries. And Saquon's yet to finish. He got a couple more games that he's definitely going to play the whole game. And Lord knows by how many yards he's going to break the record. But anyway, this week should have been a week that the team should be feeling good about themselves and celebrating these accomplishments, but yet and still there's a stink on the team. There's a negativity in terms of dialogue, in terms of environment, in terms of how they feel because of this whole narrative, this whole fire that A.J. Brown started because he said he didn't like what's going on with the passing game. And people are just taking it and running with it. I have my own opinion about it. You'll see it tomorrow. I'm going to go on Instagram tomorrow, and I'm going to give you my opinion. I have to go to a funeral tomorrow, so I don't know exactly what time I'll be on Instagram. I also have to get the church announcements together. Hopefully I get that done in the morning. But anyway, I'm going to go on Instagram tomorrow and give my opinion about that. I'm not going to do that here at the Fryar place. Who needs it more than what? Steelers, Eagles. Who needs it more than what? Richard Melton says number one wide receiver mentality. Give me the ball. Yes, as long as number one wide receiver is a part of the offense. You're right. And don't get me wrong. I saw some plays. I could pull up some pictures on my phone where I actually stopped the TV and took the picture where Jalen Hurts is dropping back. He's got the ball in his hand, and there's a double slant to his left. And Devontae Smith is on the inside slant, and A.J. Brown is on the outside slant, and they're slanting right in front of the end zone, and the DBs are 4 and 5 yards behind Devontae and A.J., and Jalen's looking right at them, and there's nobody between Jalen and Devontae, no linebackers, no linemen in between Devontae and A.J. and the quarterback, Jalen, and he didn't throw the ball. I don't know. He should have let it go. So he is holding on to it. But I think some of it also is the fact that these defensive coordinators are making the looks that they're doing on defense murky and muddy for Jalen, and he's not sure about what he's seeing because I think defensive coordinators across the league know that if you kind of muddy the look up for Jalen, the defensive look pre-snap for him, that he's less likely, or he's more likely, I should say, to hold on to the ball. He's less likely to get through his reads and deliver the ball. So he'll hold on to the ball, not deliver the ball, and end up running, which, is not good for this team because we're going to need at some point, we might need it this week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We might need to throw the ball and throw it with efficiency. I believe Jalen just has a problem, like I told Joe Conklin. I think Jalen has a problem, an issue, whether it's he can do it or he can't do it. or whether he lacks the confidence in doing it, or whether he's developed this, anti throw the ball over the middle attitude because he threw so many interceptions at the beginning of the season and he doesn't want to do that anymore. Everybody was talking about all these interceptions, protect the ball, don't turn the ball over. So now he's hesitant when it comes to throwing the ball in a window, in a tight window that he can throw it in, that it needs to be thrown in. And that's how the play is designed. That's how the structure of the play is designed for him to anticipate, throw the ball in the window because the receiver is breaking right or breaking left, and you throw it. There should never be a time. I don't think there was ever a time in my career that I saw the ball come out of the quarterback's hands. There was never a time that I saw the ball come out of the quarterback's hand. If I did, it was way too late. It was way too late. And it was probably an incomplete pass or an interception. And he may have been throwing it to somebody else. But there was never a time that I can remember. I'm sure it may have been a few times, but I can't remember a time when the ball was being thrown to me or had been thrown to me that I saw the ball come out of the quarterback's hands. When the receiver turns, makes his break and turns to receive or turns to find the ball should at least be halfway to where he is, to where that receiver is, because that's why we practice. That's why we do it over and over again, so that the quarterback can make anticipatory throws. So I know where the receiver's going. I know he's running a slant. I know he's running it out. I know he's running a 14-yard curl, and I can throw the ball right when he starts making his break, before he gets his head around. And Jalen, even on out routes, he lacks doing that. I don't know if it's he lacks the ability to do it, or he's just being overly cautious. Vincent Capriati's in the house. What's going on? Richard Melton's in the house. I see you, Richard. Eddie Casper. What's going on, E-Casp? Yeah. Keenan Harmon. Good to see you, my brother. I'm getting ready to get off of here. It's 6:40. Billy Bell is in the house. Do some Andy Reid. You wanted him to do some Andy Reid? We're going to have him back. I'm actually going to have him come and be live at the Cigar Code. That's going to be absolutely off the chain. So we'll have him come back. He says he doesn't smoke cigars, but he'll be all right in the cigar bar. He doesn't have to smoke a cigar. But we'll have him back. It'll almost be like a show for us. So we'll have a bunch of people there, and he'll be, you see, he can't even help himself. He'll start having a conversation with you about something that is applicable to somebody, and whatever that conversation is, he starts doing the voice of that somebody. He can't help it. That's who he is, and he's great at it, man. I love that cat. I love that cat. Joe Conklin in the house. Mark Hutton, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Waka, what do you say, Keno? Conklin is a whack-ha-doodle. Met him in a few minutes in conferences. Yeah, wackadoodle. He's a great guy. I've known him for a long time, and I appreciate him being on tonight. Listen, let me read this commercial to us because I got to pay some bills. Stouffer Structures. Stouffer Structures is a 49-year-old family business. Some of you need to, if you're doing anything outdoors with any kind of outdoor furniture, any kind of outdoor structures, any kind of outdoor living, you need to call Stouffer Structures. Stouffer Structures is a storage shed and garage company located in the heart of the Amish country. They ship structures nationwide. So they were out there in Pennsylvania, out in the Lancaster area. They ship nationwide, so they don't have a problem shipping here in the Delaware Valley. You can check them out on mysheds.com. They strive to be the undisputed choice of modular garages, sheds, and outdoor living products in the United States while furthering the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven. Yes, Stouffer Structures is known for their fast delivery, great quality, and great client service. You will not be disappointed. So if you're looking for a garage or a shed or any kind of outdoor living product, Stouffer Structures is the way you need to go. It's the way to go. Check them out on mysheds.com. And when you mention, if you mention the Fryar place or you mention Irving Fryar, you get 10% off of anything that you purchase. 10%. Stolfus Structures. Yeah. Billy Bell, want to get down to the cigar code. Yeah, you should come down, Billy Bell. And it'll be, I'm going to try. I might have to make an adjustment. When is New Year's? New Year's is on a Wednesday. Yeah, so we should be fine. So it'll be the first Saturday in January, which is not going to be New Year's because Christmas is on a Wednesday. So that means New Year's is on a Wednesday. Right? Am I correct? Eddie Casper, I have no problem with a little house fighting. We need both Jalen and AJ to win this thing. It will be all good once the media stops embellishing. Yeah, the media does take, but you know what? Here's the other thing too. And you're right, Eddie. I agree with you 100%. Once the media gets it, the media, just doesn't let it go. The media will take it and run it as high and as hot as they can. But here's the thing. A.J. Brown is mature enough because he started it. We know BG said his thing, and he got pretty detailed in what he said on the Players Show at Chicken and Pete's on last Monday. But BG would never have said what he said if A.J. Brown didn't say what he said. So these are guys who are mature, supposed to be mature athletes in the game for a while, know the NFL, know better than to say anything in front of the media. And I am of the mindset that A.J. Brown knew what he was saying. He knew that it would bring attention to that statement. He wanted attention. And again, that's my take on this whole thing, is that he just can't stand the fact. He can't deal with the fact that Saquon Barkley is the man. And yeah, we're running the ball. So guess what? We're throwing the ball less. A.J. Brown gets targeted more than anybody else on the team in terms of passing. He's not getting as many passes as he has in the past 2 years, but he's still doing all right. He's not doing that bad. I think he's averaging 90 yards a game or something like that. He missed 3 games, but he's still in the top wide receivers. If you take his average and you add it another 3 games, he's still in the top 5 wide receivers. So he's complaining because he can't stand the fact that, and this is just my opinion, he can't stand the fact that he's not the man. They throw the ball more, guess what? He'd be the man. But they're not throwing the ball. They're running the ball, which they should be doing because Saquon Barkley is running out of his mind. And this offensive line is blocking their behinds off. And they love what they're doing. They want to block. They want to run the ball. And we should keep running the ball. Even listen, if Pittsburgh stifles the run early in the game on Sunday, we still have to keep running the ball. We got to keep running the ball because Saquon Barkley is special. He'll still, I don't care if there's, he'll still make something happen, and eventually he'll break one. But that won't happen if you don't feed him and let Jalen continue to be a game manager. That's what he's doing, and he's doing a phenomenal job. Y'all, listen, this run, answer me this question. Billy Bell, Eddie Casper, BJ should have kept his mouth quiet. Should have kept quiet. Well, I think BG also, having been around for a long time, he earned the right to be able to say something because things like this can still, things like this can happen. These oughts that teammates could have, things like that can happen and stay swept under the rug and never get resolved unless it comes out in the open. It's like a husband and wife. They're in public and they act like everything's good, everything's all right. But at home, they killing each other, cussing each other out, smacking along. Just it's terrible at home. And then the kids know the difference. The kids know, look, they in public, they act like they're all right. But at home, it's hell. And then one of the kids says something about the whole situation. Well, guess what? Now the parents got to deal with it. They got to do something about it. So it's similar to that. So I'm not mad at BG. for saying what he said because he's savvy. He's been around. He's been tenured longer than any other player in Eagles history. The Eagles are making history with not AJ Brown. Well, he did with the catches a couple of years ago, but they're making history with BG. He made history this year, and Saquon Barkley made history this year. So I'm not mad at him. But I forgot what I was going to say now. Thanks, Billy. Thanks, Eddie. I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, y'all. It's 6:48. I thank you all for being with me. Something was going on with my Facebook page. I don't know what's happening with that and my platform, Ecamm. I guess they're not going to allow me to be on my Facebook page anymore. It says something about a third party and being changed and no longer have access and all that kind of stuff. This is this technology, man. I'll tell you what. But listen, check me out tomorrow. I'm going to be on live on Instagram. Probably, I'm going to wait until this time, until 6 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be on Instagram live, just giving you my take and getting it off my chest about what's happening with this Eagles team and what should be happening with this Eagles team. Because, man, they're in a position right now to do something special. And we all know, those of us who are followers of the NFL and fans of the Eagles, this window for them is open right now. With all the talent that they have on this team, particularly on the offensive side of the ball, it's not going to last forever. They got about a good 2, maybe 3 years with Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Jalen Hurts. With those five, with that five, and this offensive line, with all the, it's perfect for them right now. They ought to run the table. And there should be no qualms about it. There should be no ill feelings about it. There should be no negativity in terms of conversations or attitudes. Not whatsoever, because the bottom line is there's a bigger picture, and the bigger picture is the Super Bowl. The bigger picture is the team. And as long as the team is winning, nobody's going to remember who set this record, who set that record. I guess they'll remember, Saquon Barkley, but people remember who won the Super Bowl. That's what they remember. That's what makes you a star. That's what gets you there. That's what sets you up on another level and makes you special. Winning Super Bowl. That's what makes Tom Brady, they call him the GOAT. He got 7 of them. Man, can you imagine that? 7 freaking Super Bowls. I got to 1 and got blown out. Anyway, all right, y'all. Shout out to Billy Bell, Eddie Casper, Richard Melton, Vincent Capriati. Shout out to your brother, Keenan Harmon, Mark Hutton. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of other people. Or be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people because you reap what you sow. This is the Fryar Place. I'm Irvin Fryar, your host. This is where and it was fire earlier. Joe Conklin was killing it. This is where the conversations are fire. I'll see you next week, Saturday, 6 p.m., right here, same place, same time, same purpose. Lord willing, and the Creek Don't Rise. Listen, check me out tomorrow on Instagram, 6 p.m. All right, y'all. Peace.